We're back to Neil Haley Show, and I'm with best-selling author Mary Shearer Eckert. Mary, thanks for stopping by. Continue to have a great conversation about the book and maybe making a movie someday. But talk to us about our topic today, pride.
Well, pride is something that my book is going to deal with that because admitting you have a problem is the first step in restoring your life. Admitting you have a problem. Some people, they just are so prideful that they don't want to even admit they're wrong. And there is a character in my book who wouldn't admit he had a problem. He was in complete in denial. He was, and because of that, he was destroying his marriage and his family because of his denial that he even had a problem. And it isn't easy for anyone, most people, to admit they need help.
Right.
Sometimes they just don't want to admit it. They're stubborn, they're prideful. And prideful people, mostly in my experiences working with women or people that are hurting, pride is another way of fear. It's fear of what people will think, fear of change, fear of facing their responsibilities. They get arrogant and they get that I can do it myself attitude. And when they get that attitude, that is pride. And they say uh, that they can do it themselves. Pride says I can do it myself. I don't need you and I don't need God. And
Hmm.
that is what pride really truly is. And in John 1, verse 8, we all have sin. And if we say we are without sin, we deceive ourselves and the truth is not in us. Pride is like a shield you put up to hide behind. And you think you're being protected by that shield of pride by saying, I can do it myself. And pride, in Proverbs 16:18, pride goes before a fall. And I want to make something clear though. Being proud of something is one thing. When you're proud of the job you're doing, proud of the life that you are living now because of God, even I'm proud of my book. But being prideful is a whole different thing. Prideful is all about me, all about what I do, how I do it. I don't need God. I don't need anybody. That is pride. And that
Hmm.
is a sin within itself. Um, it says, I read somewhere where it said, pride is the root from which all sins grow. Pride is the root from which all sins grow. And that is something that really touched me. I said, that's true. That's very, very true. When you start thinking that you can do everything yourself, you know, but I go back to the beginning. There, you have to admit that you have a problem. You
Yeah.
have to say to somebody, first to yourself, okay, this is not working. This is not working. So I have to admit what I'm doing is wrong.
Right.
It is not working. And some people are so stubborn. My daddy was an old cowboy, Neil, and he had a lot of old cowboy sayings. And I remember him saying one time, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And people are like that. They have to take that pride and lay it at the foot of the cross and realize and reach out for help.
Right. Because if you don't reach out for help, forget about it.
Yeah.
Wow. And I think the mistake is when you feel that you're better than everybody else, that there's nothing you can't do wrong. It's God giving you that ability to do what you need to do. And if you're a Superman, you are based on God and you don't believe it's you, it has to do with much, much more. You're going to be more successful. You're going to be very talented, and you're going to be very humble too when people do give you criticism, when they do talk about specific things, but also not caring about other people's success. It's about
Exactly.
how you keep growing as an individual.
Yeah. I had a book signing this past Tuesday, um, and my books weren't there, so I had to read from the book. And when I came to the end of reading it, and I was looking out at everybody, and I noticed that some of them were already on their phones ordering the book. But I told them, I said, this book is to be a blessing. I said, don't come up to me and tell me what a great writer I am. Tell me whether the book blessed you or not, because I don't feel that prideful thing. I'm proud that God has allowed me to use my life as a tool to write stories that will touch other women and other people. It's not just women, it's men also, that he can take our stories, what we've done in our life, and he can turn them around and bless other people. Our stories, our journey through life should be a blessing to others wherever we go. And that's what I'm trying to do.
So that's fabulous. And you should be very commended for it, that you're doing this because you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it to help others. And
Exactly.
as we're creating the characters in real life in a AI movie, you got to be excited to see your characters come to life.
I am. I'm so
Yeah.
excited about that.
That's
Thank you.
just the beginning start is saying, okay, we got a book trailer. But if you want to create an AI movie with me, we can continue the process because I
Uh-huh.
am working with a movie short with a client that we're trying to create a short that can go into movie film festivals and stuff. So
Oh my.
that's yeah. So
Oh my goodness.
it's an interesting process, but this is something where you're seeing your story go come to life, and that's what a book's supposed to do, come to life. And you're not done with this, right? This is just book one.
This is
There's
just book one. I've got a sequel coming, and I've been working on it. And I've already had people asking me what it's about. I won't tell them. I said, you're just going to have to wait. You're just going to, I will tell you this though, and I know we'll be through then. But the first book, Wounded Sisters, had a thread of forgiveness in it. That's what the basis of the book was about, was forgiveness. The next one is going to deal with grief,
okay.
and it's going to use the same characters.
All right. And you never know how many you're gonna write, right? You ready?
No, no, that's just up to the Lord. He just kind of moves me along, and all of a sudden, boom, something happens.
Well, that the good thing is it's standalone or wherever it is, it's available. And you can pick up the book at all finer bookstores or go to Mary Shearer Eckert.com, purchase the book right there. We appreciate it, Mary. It's such great stuff. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. You're listening and watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a